Elements of a fun flyer. For me, I like color, I like font, I like knowing your audience, being aware of who you're trying to attract with a flyer. The ones I'm dealing with here that I'm going to quickly go over are the Let's Play series, and that's from pre-K to third grade. And you figure these are um, Disney Pixar overstimulated, super attentive to wild things, kids, this age group. So, for example, this is the Fancy Nancy party. I didn't update the date. That's not right. The Fancy Nancy party is February 14th. That's fun. I think we'll have to have heart-shaped cookies for that. So, the Fancy Nancy was a derivative of my original, which was the music party. And all I did was duplicate that slide in PowerPoint, and I'll do that in another video. But the Let's Play series started with the logo that I showed you how to make, and then I just selected some interesting fonts for the header. That's the first thing that parents are going to look at, so it's got to be somewhat attention grabbing. The word party is always fun and attracts attention. I try to keep my date sort of the somber point on the flyer. That's the kind of serious information, if you will. When is it and what time is it? So I left that information alone in both of these flyers. But you can see the general structure of them didn't really change, but the overall effect of them is quite different. And I did that with the fonts that I selected. I wanted something sort of techno for the music party, and this font is called Astronaut, in case you were wondering. And then something more fun looking. This is called Squeaky Chalk Sounds. And then back to the Astronaut font, which there's several different kinds of that font, which is why they look a little bit different. There's 3 different fonts to that. If you download Astronaut, you actually get 3 fonts, which is fun. And it's just the number of dots per letter. So you see this is also Astronaut, but it's Astronaut 3. So I've used basically 2 fonts here, and then technically 3 if you count these, which I've left in the default Calibri font. Just changing the color and the italics. And then I used a lot of musical imagery here so that kids who can't read can still get the gist of what this is going to be about. So that's something else to keep in mind. If you're catering to a small audience, how will they know by looking at that flyer what that's about? So a kid might see this and go, "Ooh, music, what's that?" And then their parent will read it to them, or they'll become interested. So that's my idea anyway. We're a visual society, and kids are absolutely visual. So that's how I decided on that one. And then I just changed the use of color to make definition between all of these. If they were all black, for example, it's not nearly as eye-catching as defining what games we'll be playing in different colors. So I also used a bar in this case to define the astronaut font. I still used black font, but to call it out, I just created a box and slid it behind it just to give it a little more definition and make it pop on the screen. And the Fancy Nancy party, I just again changed the font. This is the Fun Love Nest 2 font I downloaded in my downloading and installing fonts video. And then I simply inserted shapes through the insert shape menu and picked the heart and varied the sizes of the hearts simply by expanding and contracting them using their circles, their boundaries to expand and contract them. 2 different sizes to almost look like confetti falling from the top of the screen to the bottom. Then I got an image of Fancy Nancy off the internet and cropped her down to size, and I'll do a little clip on cropping and using images in a minute. That'll be a following video. And then I again played with font. This is Dean Martin Swing font, and I chose not to bold it because sometimes when you get swirly fonts or fun fonts and you bold them, they start to lose some of their fine detail and look a little clunky. So I just left it as it is and blew it up as big as I could get it and not interfere with the picture. I inserted a couple more images. Some are clip art, some are from the internet, and I'll go over that in the using images video. And here's another image I downloaded off the internet, the little handkerchief back there. And it's layered, so I can't even actually get to it right now without swiping for it. There it is. It's behind the Tea Party text box. And actually, to bold this font, you'll notice that it's darker than the others. I actually created a second text box of the exact same text and layered it, but butted it right up against the other one, so it just widened it slightly without making it bold so that it obscured the font. So these two are pretty shining examples of what I think makes a fun and exciting flyer, and how you can still work within the skeletal framework of the template and make something that is exciting looking and fun.